let's go about and adding our content to this page. So in order to add the collection, we have to go back to Add Elements. And I'm going to scroll down to CMS. And here we find a collection list item. That's actually the only thing under CMS. And if you take and drop that in the blog post, under the heading blog post, into the container, that brings up a table, or 3 rows, better said. And here we can select the source. The source is the collection item, the collection list we did earlier. And in our case, we only have one collection currently, and that is our blog posts. So let's select the blog post. And as you can see, already it created another row, and each of those rows is linked up to one of the blog posts. So if we now take a text element, for example, a heading, change that to H3 because we have a H2 heading here, so it should go lower. Let's make it H3. And then choose a get text option, get text from blog posts. And here we have all these different fields we created early on. And I'm going to select the title field. And as you can see, the heading changes dynamically depending on the title of the blog post. Now I can add a different element. For example, take an image element, drop it below the heading element inside the collection item, and again we can choose how to fill this image dynamically. And now we added a hero image early on, so I'm just going to choose that hero image, and as you can see, again it's filling up dynamically. Now that demonstrates you the power of this CMS feature and the integration into Webflow. Makes it super easy to take anything dynamically and design it exactly how you want it to look like. However, right now all the posts are in one row, one post per row. Yet if you take a look at our design, our sketch, we said we want to have 2 blog previews per row and 4 in total. And they are more like a tile. So basically not a square, but a big rectangle. And here we could have, for example, a tiny preview of the image. We could have the post title, and we could have the summary text we have written. And then if the user clicks anywhere inside this tile, then they should be redirected to the blog post. So let's go about implementing it exactly like we sketched it out. All right, let's turn this preview into tiles. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove what we just added. I'm going to remove the image, and I'm going to remove the heading. And now the next thing I am going to do is I'm going to select collection list, and then in the display setting of this collection list, you can find several settings, and I am going to select this third option, grid option, which is going to turn this into a grid system. And I am doing a special video on the grid system in itself. For the moment, all you need to do now is that a grid system is another way of organizing content on the page. And the grid system is very powerful in designing responsive content on a page. Responsive meaning that it's very easy for us to later on adjust that content on a mobile or tablet screen. So we are going to select the grid system, and I'm going to link to another video on the grid system itself, which I'm going to record. As you can see, now we have our tiles already. We have two blog posts per row, 4 in total. So the next thing I am going to do is I'm going to take link block. Link block are div elements with a link integrated into them. Since we want to link the whole, if the user clicks on this tile, he's supposed to get redirected to the blog post itself. So there's going to be a link involved, and everything is supposed to be wrapped by this link. So no matter whether the user clicks on the image or the heading or the text itself or the tile, he should always get redirected to the blog post itself. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this link block and drag and drop it into this collection item. And as you can see, that's gonna be reproduced by all 4 items. And here we can choose get URL from blog post. And I'm gonna, no, sorry, we have to choose the second option, the collection page option, and then choose the current blog post option. And that's gonna redirect every user to that respective blog post. All right. The next thing we want to do is we want to actually give this link block a class so we can later on apply some stylings to it. So let's do that. I'm just going to call this blog posts section link block, something descriptive. Can't think of anything right now. Now, afterwards, I'm going to drop 2 div blocks inside that link block, and the reason I am dropping those 2 items in here is because we want to have a preview image, and we want to have some text, and I'm going to use those 2 div blocks in order to wrap both the image and the text.